Okay, Hannah, so today we're diving deep into something truly classic. We're talking Aesop's fables. I mean, these stories they're just incredible. They've been around, for ages, dating way back to ancient Greece. We're talking like 620 to 564 BCE. It's just mind-blowing how old some of these morality tales are.
Wow, that old? Like really? That's wild. So, where did they even come from exactly? I always just thought of them as kid stories.
Totally, and a lot of people do. But their origins are actually kind of fuzzy, which is interesting. Some narratives, they even predate Greek civilization. Think Sumerian proverbs, Egyptian tales. But the whole collection, it really gained prominence through this storyteller, Aesop. He was thought to be a slave who earned his freedom through his wit, which is pretty cool, right?
That's an amazing backstory. So he was essentially a wordsmith who told these stories to teach lessons? I get that. I totally get that.
Exactly. And the thing is, they're allegorical, right? They've got anthropomorphized animals, plants, even objects, all, teaching a clear moral. Each tale, it's a lesson on human behavior, good and, not so good. It's just so clever how he did that. Okay, so let's jump into a classic example. We're talking The Fox and the Grapes. This one is number 15 in the Hare Index, if you're curious about the scholarly side. But basically, it's about this super hungry fox, right? He sees these luscious grapes just hanging high up on a vine. And he tries and tries, jumps and jumps, but he just can't reach them. It's really frustrating, I imagine, for the fox.
Oh, I know this one. This is where the whole sour grapes thing comes from, isn't it? When someone says they didn't want something anyway, even though they totally did.
Bingo, you totally nailed it. He gives up, muttering that the grapes were probably sour anyway, not worth the effort. It's this perfect little story. The moral, it's just so clear. People often disparage or belittle what they can't achieve or possess. It's a psychological defense mechanism, really. You reduce that cognitive dissonance by criticizing an unattainable goal. It's just so human, isn't it?
It's so relatable. I feel like I've definitely seen that play out, with friends or even, yourself sometimes, right? Oh, that job? I didn't want it anyway. It looked boring. When really, it's because you didn't get it.
Exactly. It's timeless. That's why these fables, they stick with us. They speak to universal human truths. All right, another absolute gem, and an immensely popular one, is The Hare and the Tortoise. I love this one. It's possibly recorded as early as 600 BCE. So you've got this boastful hare, right? Super confident in his speed, and he challenges a slow-moving tortoise to a race. And, of course, the tortoise accepts, just starts plodding along, steady as she goes.
Oh, I know this one too. It's the classic slow and steady wins the race one, right? I always loved that one as a kid because, I was never the fastest, so it gave me hope.
Totally. And that's exactly the primary moral. The hare, way ahead, he's yeah, I've got time, and decides to take a nap. Big mistake. The tortoise, though, he just keeps going without stopping. Slowly but surely, he passes the sleeping hare and reaches the finish line first. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, and it's not just about pace, is it? It's about consistency too, and not getting too cocky. I feel like that's a big lesson for everyone, really, not just kids.
Absolutely. It really emphasizes perseverance and consistency over natural talent or speed. It teaches that natural abilities, they can be undermined by laziness and overconfidence, while, continuous effort, that leads to success. The hare's downfall, it's all about hubris, right? And not underestimating others. It's just so profound.
So, speaking of all these stories, how many Aesop's fables are there actually? Because you mentioned the Hare Index, and then you hear about so many. many? Is there a definitive list?
That is an excellent question, Hannah. And it's actually not as straightforward as you'd think. The exact number, it really varies, among different collections and translations. Some sources, they suggest as many as 725, which is just massive, while modern editions typically include between 200 and 300. It's quite a range.
Wow, so it's not just a couple dozen then. That's wild. How did they even keep track of them all if they were, just told orally?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. They were initially part of an oral tradition, so they weren't compiled, written down, until centuries after Aesop's supposed lifetime. The earliest surviving compilation dates to the 1st or 2nd century CE, so it took a while for them to be, formally gathered, which I think makes them even more incredible that they survived that way through generations.
That's so cool. It just shows how impactful they were to be passed down like that without being written.
So I've got a bit of a list here, and it's pretty extensive. I mean, we can't go through all of them, but just to give you a flavor, right? In the AE section alone, you've got The Ant and the Grasshopper, which is a classic about planning for the future. Then there's The Ass in the Lion's Skin, which is about appearances, not being everything. Oh, and Belling the Cat is a really good one about who's actually going to step up and take action, which is so relevant.
Oh, Belling the Cat, I know that one. It's really hard to take the lead sometimes, right? So are there any that are super dark? Or are they mostly lighthearted lessons?
That's a good question. Some are definitely more somber, like The Dog in a Manger, which is about selfishness, stopping others from enjoying what you don't even need. And then there's The Boy Who Cried Wolf, which is an absolutely crucial for teaching about, honesty and consequences. It's such a staple. They really cover the whole spectrum of human experience, I think.
Yeah, that's true. The Boy Who Cried Wolf is a cornerstone. My parents definitely told me that one a lot. I think they were trying to send a message, actually, about telling tall tales.
Totally. And that's why they endure, right? Because these lessons, they transcend time and culture. And then you move into the FM section. You've got The Frog and the Ox, which is all about trying to be bigger than you are, and The Goose That Laid the Golden Eggs, which is a perfect warning against greed. Oh, and The Lion and the Mouse. That's a lovely one about even the smallest among us can, help the greatest. It's just so many stories, Hannah, with really powerful messages. And that's just a tiny glimpse of the hundreds.
Wow, that's amazing. So, it's not just about animals then. It's really about us, right? Humans, and how we act.
Absolutely. They truly continue to resonate across generations because they offer, timeless insights into human nature, morality, and ethical conduct. They're not just entertainment. They're valuable tools for moral education, especially for kids, but honestly for adults too. They emphasize virtues like perseverance, humility, honesty, while also, cautioning against vices like pride, laziness, and envy. It's why they're still so relevant today. Just incredible.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look up some more of these. It's way more complex and historical than I thought. Thank you for sharing all that.
Anytime, Hannah. They're truly a treasure. Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating, Hannah, is that while we focused on Aesop, these kinds of morality tales aren't just a Greek phenomenon. Many cultures have their own rich traditions of fables teaching similar lessons.
Oh, really? That makes so much sense. So, are there any particular fables that stand out from other parts of the world? I'm curious how they compare.
Definitely. In India, for instance, you have the Panchatantra, an ancient collection of animal fables. A classic is The Blind Man and the Elephant, where each blind man touches a different part and describes it differently.
Oh, Oh, I've heard of that. It's like about how everyone has a piece of the truth, but no one has the whole picture, right? And how important perspective is. So profound.
Precisely. It illustrates how partial knowledge can lead to misunderstandings. And then you've got Native American folktales, often with trickster figures like Coyote, teaching lessons about consequences or community.
That's amazing. So it just shows that wisdom and understanding the world is a universal human thing. Fables really are like the universal language of lessons.
That's such a brilliant way to put it, Hannah. It really shows how these kinds of stories are universal. Have you ever heard of Anansi the spider from West African folklore?
Oh, Anansi. Yes, I think I have. He's a trickster, right? What kind of lessons do his stories typically teach?
Absolutely. Anansi is a master of cunning and wit, often outsmarting larger beings. His tales teach about intelligence, resourcefulness, and sometimes the consequences of greed or arrogance.
So it's about wit over strength, but also showing that even the cleverest can sometimes face repercussions for their actions.
Precisely. Like how he tricked the sky god Nyame into giving him all the stories in the world. It shows that brains can triumph over brawn and emphasizes the power of narrative.
That's fascinating. It truly highlights how diverse cultures use these clever characters to pass down incredibly insightful truths.
So Anansi is just brilliant at illustrating the power of the mind. Like in the tale where he collects all the stories from the sky god Nyame by capturing various dangerous creatures. It's just pure cleverness.
Oh, that's the one. He had to outsmart a python, a leopard, and even hornets, right? That really shows how wit can overcome sheer size or strength. It's so inspiring.
Absolutely. It's a testament to ingenuity, but also, the importance of patience and planning. He doesn't just rush in, he thinks creatively about his approach.
And the moral isn't just about being smart for smart's sake, is it? It's about using your intelligence to achieve something good, like bringing stories to the world.
Precisely. And his tales often have that dual nature, celebrating cleverness, but also sometimes cautioning against excessive trickery or greed. It's a nuanced moral landscape.
It truly is. It's like these stories are teaching us to navigate the complexities of life, not just simple black and white lessons.
Speaking of diverse fables, Hannah, we can't overlook the Russian tradition, especially the works of Ivan Krylov. His fables, often satirical, emerged in the 19th century and are absolutely foundational in Russian literature,
Oh, really? I haven't heard much about Russian fables. What kind of stories did he tell? Are they similar to Aesop's in their approach with animal characters?
Absolutely. He frequently used animals to critique human follies. A famous one is the swan, the pike, and the crab. They try to pull a cart together, but the swan flies up, the pike pulls into the water, and the crab walks backward. The cart, just stays put.
That's a perfect illustration of a lack of teamwork and shared vision. Everyone's pulling, but in completely different directions. So the moral is about the futility of uncoordinated effort?
Exactly. It really highlights how individual effort, no matter how strong, is useless without alignment and cooperation. It's a crucial lesson for any collective endeavor, whether it's a project or even, a relationship.
That's so insightful. It just goes to show that these fables, no matter where they come from, they all circle back to these fundamental human experiences and challenges. It's truly amazing.
All right, Hannah, let's explore Chinese fables. They offer a rich tradition of allegorical tales, often emphasizing wisdom and strategy. Any specific ones come to mind?
Not really, no. What's a famous one? I'm curious if they share similar themes with what we've discussed.
How about The Fox and the Tiger's Might, or Hu Jia Hui? A clever fox, caught by a tiger, convinces it that other animals fear the fox's power simply by walking ahead of the tiger.
Oh, that's brilliant. So it's about borrowed authority? The fox uses the tiger's reputation, totally about appearances and perception.
Exactly. The moral warns against being deceived by superficial displays, showing how some benefit from others' power. A classic on misleading appearances and leveraging influence.
That's so insightful. It truly shows how fables from anywhere consistently tackle universal human behaviors and social dynamics. So compelling.
All right, so continuing our global tour, let's head over to Japan. Japanese folklore is just brimming with fables, many of which are truly heartwarming. Have you heard of Kasa Jizo?
Oh, I don't think so. What's that one about? I'm imagining something mystical.
It's about an old, poor man selling straw hats who can't sell any. On his way home, he sees 6 Jizo statues, guardian deities, covered in snow. He uses his hats to cover their heads, even giving his own head covering to the last Jizo.
Oh, that's so sweet and selfless. He puts their comfort before his own, even with so little. Does he get rewarded?
Absolutely. That night, the Jizo statues visit his home, bringing him rice, money, and other blessings. It's a beautiful tale emphasizing kindness, generosity, and how good deeds are often returned.
That's a perfect contrast to trickster tales. It's like a powerful reminder that simple human goodness is just as important as cleverness or caution.
You know, Hannah, after exploring so many fables from Aesop to Anansi, Krylov, Chinese, and now Japanese, it's just so striking how these stories, despite their varied origins, echo similar fundamental truths.
Totally. It's like no matter where you go in the world, people are trying to teach about honesty, kindness, cleverness, or the dangers of greed. It's a universal playbook for life.
Absolutely. Whether it's the tortoise's perseverance, Anansi's wit, or the selfless old man in Kasa Jizo, these narratives reinforce virtues and warn against vices in such accessible ways.
And what's really cool is how they adapt. Like, some cultures focus on trickery to teach a lesson, while others, like the Japanese one, emphasize pure compassion. Both are super powerful.
Precisely. They reflect the cultural nuances, but ultimately serve the same purpose, to impart wisdom, to guide human behavior. It's truly a testament to the enduring power of storytelling across humanity.
It really is. It makes you think about all the different ways we learn and grow as people through these amazing stories.
You know, Hannah, speaking of global wisdom, we absolutely have to touch on the collection known as Kalila Wadimna. It's a masterpiece of fables, deeply rooted in the Indian Panchatantra, but hugely influential across the Middle East and beyond.
Oh, I haven't heard that name before. What kind of stories are in Kalila Wadimna? Are they like similar to Aesop's, or do they have a different flavor?
They're primarily animal fables, like Aesop's, but often more complex, with intertwined narratives and a focus on political wisdom and moral dilemmas. A key tale is The Lion and the Bull, where 2 jackals, Kalila and Dimna, manipulate the relationship between a powerful lion and a strong bull.
Wow, that sounds intense. So it's about like intrigue and the dangers of false advice then, not just simple good versus evil.
Precisely. Dimna, the more cunning of the two, uses flattery and deceit to sow discord between the king, the lion, and his loyal minister, the bull, ultimately leading to the bull's downfall. It's a powerful cautionary tale about slander, betrayal, and the perils of listening to malicious counsel.
That's incredibly relevant, even today. It shows how these ancient stories really dig deep into the darker